lives to hear myself talk. Doing OA is so bad right now because everything is gated. Would you recommend I get into wholesale as fast as possible? I don't even recommend wholesale, man. If you're going to go do one of these hustles, then I respect it. So it's not like, oh, you shouldn't do it because it's bad. Just like for me personally, I can only speak from my own experiences. I want to create something that I own, and I don't own anything with wholesale or arbitrage. Like I made an exit on the very first brand that I started. I couldn't have done that if it was a wholesale or arbitrage business. So you made like give or take 1.7. Yeah. So on that account, that's about the margins there. But also operate 4 other Amazon brands. One of them is a brand new account. If you guys are new here, taking a brand new Amazon seller account from $0 to $1 million in sales, documenting the entire journey. So we doing pretty well with that brand. It's a little, is this in the span of a year? Yes, T, it is. This is from like mid-October 2024 to mid-October 2025. No, this is a year time frame, LB, not month. That would be a pretty sick month on Amazon, though. I think that would put me in the top 0.0000001%. Nah, man, I don't got to do that to show I'm a boss. I'm a boss. You feel me? Feel like the lives in the morning be like behind the scenes. Yeah, I feel that, Rue. We don't be doing them too much anymore. Just because I like these businesses, but how many years have you, wait, I got cut off. How many years have you been in the business? Almost 7 years now. This account is 5 years old. I'm not a car guy, T. I am not a car guy. I'm a travel guy. So ask me all the countries that I've been to, not the car that I drive, because that's the only flex I have. I also don't really flex my lifestyle on social media. I want people to follow me based on the information that I give, not the car that I drive or whatever. It attracts a different type of audience. What type of products are you selling under your personal brand? Top categories: home and kitchen, health and household. So this is health and household, office products, toys and games, and baby products. How much do you need to start? I would say at least like 3K. How much capital did you start with? I personally started with 4,900. 3,900 of that was for cost of goods and shipping. 1,000 was for a lab test that I needed to get done because my very first product was a supplement. Have you been to Lebanon? No, but God willing, I'm going to be going to Lebanon 2026 for one of my good friends' weddings. Have I been to Tonga and Samoa? Yes, I actually just went to Tonga this year. My lady is half Tongan, and so she has family down there. So yeah, I went down to New Zealand and Tonga this year. Pretty sweet. I have not been to Samoa yet. How much do you need to start? Yeah, I'd say like 3K USD minimum. How many ASINs are currently live? On this account, 9. Across accounts, 50 plus, including variations. Baby products, beauty products, and aging products are always going to be very profitable. I think every product can be very profitable. It's really about what is a good market to sell in. I would not, as a new seller, sell consumables or topicals. Beauty being topical, and oh no, you didn't say supplements. So yeah, beauty being topicals, way competitive. Baby products I think are great for beginners if you can find the right one. Do you sell any consumables? Yeah, this brand is all consumables, but remember, if I were to start all over again, I wouldn't launch these products. You said it so perfectly. Yeah, man, I'm Middle Eastern. I'm not the best Middle Eastern because I speak like an American and my Arabic is sounds like, I don't know if I could say this on live, but sounds like somebody from the States would be saying it. But yeah, I know how to say Lebanon correctly. Kareem, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. How can I learn from you? My videos, bro, these lives, I go line by line answering every single question. 4 M's with 9 products. Yes. But again, we have one product that has like 17,000 plus variation, or not variations, reviews on this account. It's a really big account. Are you drunk? No, man, I don't drink like that. Keep my mind pure. I'm just, I can't even say that word, but I'm HI on life, my friend. I'm trying to get my first product. How can I get things that are not gated? Most products, if you're selling a different brand, they're going to be gated. I don't do that though. I'll make sure to check it out. Hope to keep in touch. Yes, sir, Kareem. What are you selling? Can you give a hint? Yes. So top categories: health and household, office products, baby products, toys and games, and home and kitchen. What up, Jake? Are you lying? I mean, does it really matter if I answer that question, brother? No matter what I say, you'll probably think that I'm lying. So sure, let's say yes for your sake. Yeah. Love to see the 10X rule there. Yeah, that book has helped me make more money than any other book, just because of the way that it like shifted my mindset. That book, and then you guys, where is my finger? You guys can't see the title probably, but it's The War of Art, not The Art of War, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. That was the first fiction book that I ever read. FBA or FBM? FBA all day. I don't want to do all the grunt work on my Amazon business. I let Amazon do the grunt work for me. You import from Alibaba some products, yeah. Like so, on this account, also YT. Anytime you see me point up, I have a screenshot on my TikTok live. But on this one, all of our products come from the US. Have you ever sold or bought any other private label brands? I have not bought a private label brand, but I sold my very first brand that I started back in 2019. Am I missing anything? Any other questions? Is supplements a good niche? No, not for beginners. Absolutely not. 10x 4Ms, bro. That's what I'm saying, LB. That's what I'm saying. I gotta step up my game. I'm slacking out here. But all in due time. One day, God willing, we'll make an exit on that brand, and hopefully it'll be for some big money like that. Where do you source from if not Alibaba? Well, most products from Alibaba, you can get a sourcing agent, or you can look up manufacturers for the specific product that you want to sell. How do I get rich quick in an easy way? Probably throw on a VR headset, create like a Sims world, make your character really rich, and then boom, there you go. You're rich, easy, and quick. There's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme, man. Everybody will sell you a pipe dream, but if you want to go create a real, substantial, profitable, sustainable, and evergreen business, it takes time. It takes effort. Pause, Jose. That was a weird one. Did your first product do well? Yes, it did. Very first month I was selling. And I have videos on this story, so sorry to anybody who's heard this a million times on the lives before, but of course we have people who are just joining, so I want to answer it still. Sorry, bad English. All good, bro. That was maybe reword it because that was crazy. But yeah, very first month that I sold my product, I did $10,000 profitably my very first month, and I got a #1 bestseller badge on that product. That was the product that essentially changed my life. So I was very blessed in that regard. What did you mean, Jose? Because the first question I don't think I could repeat on TikTok. Okay, that's what I figured. Okay. Anyways. But yeah, if you guys haven't, I have a lot of videos showing haven't seen it, I have a lot of videos showing like I have the product blurred out, but I show like the bestseller badge and some of my early sales and stuff. Do you manage your ads on Amazon or do you delegate? No, I don't believe in delegating my ads just because and I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say this, but I think that I'm one of the best when it comes to Amazon ads. So why would I go and delegate it to somebody else? And I to give some credibility behind the statement that I just made, I recently just became an Amazon ads partner. So what does that mean? Essentially, like Amazon ads, the company, right? It's like the sub branch of Amazon themselves. Brought me on to be a partner. So I get early access to any new tools. Like this is before they even come into beta. I get invited to events from Amazon themselves, and they're not going to just do that with like anybody, right? So yeah, I would consider myself being an expert in Amazon ads for, I'd say my first 1 or 2 years. I was not the best at it, but I was pretty good, but I just kept learning. What sort of systems do you have in place? I mean, some of the systems are already there for me, but this is a great question because you need to have proper systems in order to have a long-lasting business. So like I have a certain way that I will run my Amazon ads. I have a certain way that every week I'll go in and optimize them. Inventory management, making sure, because you don't want to run out of stock on your very first order. It's okay, but you don't want to run out of stock on a product that's like performing well. Like I wouldn't want to run out of stock on any of the products on this account. And then also like the systems of like how I create my listings, how I optimize my listings. So you want to systemize, is that a word? All of the tasks, or at least create like an SOP. That's a better way of putting it. So standard operating procedures. Do you appeal some refunds? Yes, but we have such a low return rate that it's not like the biggest deal in my business. Which part of your business do you delegate and why? I delegate creating my listings. Like I understand Amazon SEO. I think anything that you delegate, you have to understand. Otherwise, you won't know if somebody's doing it properly or not. But so creating like my title, bullet points, description, my images, because I'm not a graphic designer. And then I can focus on actually marketing the product. I delegate inventory management for the most part. So just like a VA handling all of that. Nowadays, I delegate contacting manufacturers. So I have a sourcing agent who does this. I delegate shipping. So my manufacturer ships it and Amazon ships it rather than myself. So the manufacturer ships it to Amazon. Amazon ships it to the customer. What else do I delegate? Maybe like small tasks here and there. Like there a lot of things, like I'll go in and sometimes I'll even go create a shipment on my own, but I also have somebody who could do that for me. Kapar, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Made my first sale today. That deserves an applause. Congratulations, my friend. I just recorded a video today. I have so many videos in my drafts that like I'll talk about a video and you guys might not see it for a week. I literally have like 65 TikTok drafts, all in which I will post one day. But I made a video talking about how the moment that I knew that my Amazon business was like real, and that was when I made my very first sale. So congratulations. How you send products to Amazon's warehouse inventory. You create a shipment on Amazon, then you get your shipping labels. Then if you do it the way that I do, you give those to you send the PDF to your manufacturer. They put on the SKUs, they put on the shipping labels, they send it to Amazon, or actually they shouldn't send it. You should get a freight forwarder to send it, and then it's sent over. This guy's not very good at math, is he? On Shopify, you sell the same products or you make drop shipping? No, we sell the same products. Bro said, broke boy, I made $48,000 from my properties last month. $4,000 is chump change. Sir, you need to get better at reading numbers. 4, 112, 642. That is not $4,000, sir. That is 4 big old smackaroony M's. How often do you list a new product? This year, I've probably launched like 10 new products across accounts. But I do think that's cute. That was a cute comment, Hussein. How you send product? I answered that. Did I skip any? You sell other company name brands? Nope, I sell my own brands. I did skip a few. Hold on. I answered that. When did you start and what inspired you to start and what products do you sell? Number 1, when did I start? January 2019. What inspired me to start? My cousins who I was working for, their Amazon business at the time. What do I sell? All types of products, health and household, office products, home and kitchen, toys and games, baby products. Those are my top 5 categories. Yes, 100%, Abraham. I operate a $4 million business. This is actually one of 4 7-figure seller accounts. But yes, we do 9 M's in Amazon to lose 30K. I've been doing it 7 years. Every single year we lose about $30,000. Super IQ 1,000, bro. Actually. How many dollars have you made your first year on Amazon? I did 6 figures in top line revenue, close to 6. No, I did about 6 figures in top line revenue, 6 figures in net profit my very first year. By my 6th month of selling on Amazon, I was doing $10,000 a month in profit, net profit. Do you customize your products before you buy, or do you just put your logo on it and then buy and sell? No, we always differentiate our products 100%. You don't want to click copy and paste on what everybody else is doing. Nurse, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I've already sent some products last month and I would like to send more of the same product. Nice. Time to place a reorder, brother. That's awesome. Hopefully you're profitable and you've gotten your proof of concept. What months not in 4th quarter have the most sales? It depends on the product, honestly. It really does depend on the product, because not on this account, we really don't see like slow months. We don't even really see the biggest boost in Q4, which means we don't see the biggest drop in Q1. But then another one of the accounts, it's like home decor. We see a really huge spike in Q4. And then we see a decent drop during Q1. Not in January. It really starts February. And then when is Mother's Day? Around like Valentine's, Mother's Day, and then the summer seasons, we also see a spike. So it really is all product and category dependent. How do you differentiate a stone bath mat? Changing the design, adding bonus items that are relevant to the main product. Let's see, let's just say a bath mat. So like maybe you make it a multi-piece set. Maybe there's a design that you think can outperform some of the other competitors, and then you can use something like Tickfood to test this out. maybe, I don't really know about a bonus item for a bath mat, unless you would consider a bonus item like a 3-piece bath mat set, you know, like the one that's around the toilet, the one that's next to the sink, and then the one that's right next to the bath, something like that. If I book a call with you, do I get to speak to you or a salesperson? You get to speak to my onboarding coach, but he speaks for me. Anything that he says, imagine it was me saying it, because I would say the same exact thing. People don't get direct access to actually speak to me until they get into the program. My floating shelf is on month 2 of launch and sold 19 units, took a sharp decline Q4. Is this normal? No, it should actually be the opposite. You should be seeing an increase during Q4. But this also is dependent on what your conversion rate is and how many reviews that you have and what your organic rank is. Maybe you had a decent organic rank in the beginning, organic rank being where you appear on Amazon without paying for that placement. And so maybe your organic rank drops, so now you see a decline in sales. It's not a linear thing with Amazon or really any business. It's not like, okay, I list a product, I run ads, I get sales. It's like, where does your product appear? What kind of ads are you running? What is your conversion rate? What is your click-through rate? It's a full flywheel effect, right? Like if I have a good CTR and a good conversion rate, then that means that I'm going to have high sales. And if I have good reviews, then I'm going to have high sales velocity. If I have high sales velocity, I'm going to obviously get more sales, and that's going to increase my organic rank. If I increase my organic rank, then it's going to lead more people to see my product organically, which is also going to lead to more sales. It's a whole flywheel effect. Thanks, of course. I got you. And also, just because we got some more people in here, posted some gem videos while we wait for some more questions today on the TikTok. Last video, why you should not use AI to start your Amazon business. And I show an actual example as to why. Second to last video, going over the AMZ Masterclass. And third to last video, how to get products manufactured on Amazon. 6, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate you, bro. Also, that's a sick username, to be honest with you. Keep dropping your questions down below. How can I find winning products when everyone more or less searches the same filters on Helium 10? One of my favorite ways to do product research is like the Amazon search method. So essentially searching something generic like home decor or baby products or dog toys or whatever, and then going through, finding a product that catches your eye, and then analyzing the market numbers. Do you have a manager for your PPC ads? No, I don't believe in delegating my Amazon ads. I run my own ads. How you pay taxes? Well, I have an accountant and an accounting software. I track all of my expenses. I track all the money that I've made for the month or for the year. And then I send that over to my CPA because I don't file my own taxes. My CPA handles my taxes, sends me back a nice little document breakdown, tells me how much I owe, and then I send a wire to to Uncle Sam. Do you like to sell a product at a specific price range? At least $30. For new products that I launch nowadays, I will not launch a product that is less than $30. That's going to leave me room for profitability. That's going to leave me room for PPC ads. That's going to leave room for FBA fees. And then I want to be at least at a 30% profit margin after FBA fees, cost of goods, and shipping on my very first order. And then as I start to scale and order more inventory, I'm bringing my profit margin up so that I can get a 30% profit margin after ads. Do you product select through just browsing or black box? Black box is cool, but honestly, I like the browsing Amazon search method better. What's the minimum capital to start wholesale / FBA? I don't do wholesale, but I think it's about the same as private label, which is what I do. What is your tacos and ACOS? On this account right here, we run anywhere from a 7 to 9% tacos. For those of you who are like, why is he talking about the delicious Mexican food? It stands for total advertising cost of sale. ACOS on this account is about 30%. But tacos is a much more important metric to be tracking rather than ACOS, because you'll hear people say And by the way, ACoS, for those of you who don't know, stands for advertising cost of sale. So essentially your ad spend divided by your ad sales. TACoS is your ad spend divided by your total sales, or both organic and paid. I think that I hear a lot of people say that like, oh, ACoS is so important and your ACoS should be less than or equal to your profit margin. Yeah, maybe that's true if all of your sales are coming from ads. But sometimes if you have a higher ACoS, but that's driving organic rank to your product, then it's going to make your TACoS come down. And if your TACoS comes down, then your overall account profitability goes up. So that's why TACoS is the best metric to be following. You're low-key goated, spot on. What up, Aeon? Man, I appreciate that, but I'm just, I'm the same as all of y'all, man. I'm not special. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that. Money doesn't measure a man. So some people are like, oh, but you make all this money on Amazon. Yeah, but I'm still a human just like all of you. You know what I'm saying? What helped me become successful? Number one, God's plan, that above everything. God is good. Number two, time in the game. I've been doing this for so long, right? I mean, like, give any single one of you the same amount of time that I've been selling on Amazon, and I would almost confidently say that it would be impossible to not be at some form of successful. Are you watching the World Series? Nah, man, I don't watch baseball. I don't watch baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Literally, I watch no sport except for the UFC. Do you think it's too late to hop in? No. Unless you think the act of buying and selling products is too late, that nobody should ever buy and sell products or start buying and selling products. No, I do not think listing your product to sell on the largest e-commerce platform in the entire world is too late. In fact, I started a brand new Amazon account documenting the journey from $0 to $1 million in sales. And we've already launched 2 profitable products on that account. And I started making sales in 2025. You send Amazon label as PDF. Do they cover the fee cost for the label sticker? Your manufacturer, yeah, they should do everything for free. How do negative reviews play in your plan? It's an inevitable factor. It's something that you almost just have to assume is going to be a certainty in your business. Kind of like when I wake up in the morning, I need to drink water and need to take a breath. It's inevitable. Same thing goes for negative reviews on Amazon. Like, there's literally nothing that you can do to stop getting a negative review. Caveat to that, having a better quality product. There's going to be people who will leave you a bad review regardless, right? You could have the best quality product on the market and they'll leave you a bad review. But at the end of the day, like, if I have a water bottle in, like, with a handle, and then the handle falls off, then yeah, of course people are going to leave me a bad review. Have a better quality product. What's your PPC strategy in short? 1 product per campaign, 1 ad group per campaign, no more than 3 to 5 keywords or product targets per campaign. At the beginning, 1 broad, 1 phrase, 1 exact, 1 auto campaign, conservative bids, conservative budgets to test. Love UFC, can't wait for MSG. Yeah, I don't know. I might go to that card. I don't know. It is a little bit late to go. I know that there's 2 cards, God willing, this year this year and next year that I will go to. But yeah, man, I love UFC. I go to a lot of the fights. What's your favorite categories to look for products in? Every category except for electronics, fragile items, seasonal products, clothing, shoes, jewelry. Dang, how late am I? Not late. How about at the halfway mark right now, Rose? Created my shipping plan using a freight forwarder. Is it okay to have delivery set to UPS, non-partnered carrier? If you're using a freight forwarder, you should select other, Blonded. that would be what you select. I've uploaded the documents needed, but they are still rejecting it. What should I do? Create a case with Amazon, get it escalated to an internal team. Sometimes it's like an automated system that just auto denies it. Champion, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I have been asked by other sellers to leave bad review and I get paid. Of course, I turn that down. Yeah, that's just bad business practices, man. I learned this early on from my cousins, because when I first started selling on Amazon, it was a different world. Like, you used to be able to go onto your competitors' like ads. Let's say they had an ad on the first page. You could click it, go back, click it, go back, click it, go back. You could run your competitors' advertising budget in like an hour, their whole day's budget. And people would do that to me. And I remember talking to my cousins who were my mentors, be like, man, this is happening to me. Should I just do that to my other competitors? They were like, nah, don't focus on playing this negative energy defense game. Focus on positive energy. Focus on the things that are actually good business practices. And I've lived by that ever since. Do you enroll all your products in Vine? For the most part, yeah. How long have you been live? You've been live now. I've been live for like 30 minutes or so. What up, noob? How much cost per kilogram do you ship from China? 60 cents to 90 cents. Can I change that setting after I created my shipping plan? I do not believe so, no. Yay, the sales changed. Was good. 33 minutes. How did you know that, Big? Has it been 33 minutes? Let's go. What up, big homie? What up, homie? Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Hey, we got my guy Nobody in the live too. Was good. I've had my supplier sticker, all carton. Should I redo the shipping plan then? Yes. Hopefully they don't charge you. Noob, I love you, but you're not welcome in my lives, bro. Just kidding. How to show certain plastic materials is safe when the factory I worked with don't have it. You can contact other factories and try to get it through them, but ultimately that's something that you would want to verify before placing a bulk order. Is it better to start wholesale or make private label? In my opinion, private label. Why would you want to sell other people's brands when you can create your own brand, right? Plug my laptop in. What's your experience with Vine like? It's pretty solid. I think that if you can come out of Vine with at least a 4.5 star rating, then that's a win. A lot of people think that like, oh, I'm going to get bad reviews on Vine. You're going to get bad reviews regardless. If you have a good quality product, it's going to be in line with your organic review rate, right? Real quick, a YT comment. I've seen a niche I'm in the UK is a greeting card niche. I can get product for 80 cents landed, sell for $9.99. I prep myself. What would PPC look like for low value item, please? I would not sell a product under $30, number one. Number two, just because you can get a good price on a product doesn't mean that you should go sell it. I was new and didn't know, but great feedback. Thanks, brother. Of course, my friend. I don't need to get invoices to get ungated, y'all. I do private label. That's for Melly. My PPC is more than my sales. What should I do? Increase your conversion, brother. PPC is not the answer to a bad conversion rate. I should get a whiteboard right here. I have a whiteboard right over there, but I need it for the YT live too, just so I can show y'all. So hopefully everyone can follow along with my mental math right now, okay? If I have a product that's priced at $20, just to keep the numbers safe, or simple, not safe. So product price is $20. I have an average cost per click of $1. So every time somebody clicks on my campaigns, it's $1. All right. Now let's say that I have a 5% conversion rate. That means for 100 clicks, I will have 5% conversion. So I'll get 5 sales. So that'll be $100 in spend, $100 in sales. You going and 10xing your ad spend is not going to change your conversion rate. Now, let's say that you go and you push for more reviews, you optimize your main image, you optimize your listing, right? And then you go, and this is a big jump, but again, just to keep the numbers simple. You go from a 5% conversion to a 20% conversion. So you still have $1 cost per click. Your product is still $20. Now for 100 clicks, I get 20 sales. So I spend 100 to make 400. In the first example, I have a 100% ACoS. In the second example, I have a 25% ACoS. One is not profitable, one is profitable. Bender, thank you for the follow. What is your strategy on ads? Like my beginner strategy? Is that what you mean? Or what do you expand on that? Luke, where's my money? Luke, what's good? Net, my guy. What money? What up? What up, Lighthouse? How many times do you have to repeat yourself in these lives? Every single live, but I don't say that in a negative way. That you got to think, like, there's people who are in the lives all the time. You got Net. I don't even know who's in the live right now. But you got people like Net. You got people like, actually, he's one of the only ones that I recognize the most. Lighthouse. I know Lighthouse is in the live sometimes, but then you get new people in the lives, right? And so I don't mind repeating myself. In fact, I'd rather people ask their questions and me have to repeat myself than them not know what to do. And, you know, maybe somebody joined the first 5 minutes of the live, they ask a question, and then 40 minutes into the live, somebody asks that same question, but they weren't here in the first 5 minutes. Cool thing that most people don't know is I'm also live on YT right now. And all of the lives that I do are recorded and posted into my YT catalog. Yo, how long does distribution to warehouse take in peak times? Like a month, right? Are you talking about getting it distributed to Amazon's warehouses? Yeah, it's going to be longer. That's why every year Amazon will tell you like when to ship in products if you want it to be available before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and when you want it to be, if you want it to be available by December. Off the top of my head, I do not remember those dates right now because it's different every single year. So yeah, sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you literally have inventory getting checked in and then you can miss some of these peak times on Amazon, which is unfortunate. I know for the new account that we started with the new product, we are going to miss Q4. I honestly can confidently say, because the goal is to get that brand to $1 million in sales profitably, I could confidently say that we would have knocked out more than 10% of that goal just in December alone. But we already ran out of stock, products in production. I very much so doubt that it'll be in stock by then. Excuse me. Does Amazon stop accepting packages in November or December? No, they don't ever stop accepting packages, but your check-in times will be longer. Is it possible to find the bestseller manufacturer? Do you have ways of doing this? Yeah, there are sites that you can do this. If I'm not mistaken, one of them is Import Yeti. I have not done that tactic for quite some time, but I believe Import Yeti is a site where you can do that on. Is it a good idea to use paid services of people to get good reviews in the beginning for your product? The paid service is fine. Any other thing is not worth it, bro. I've heard horror stories about this. So no, it is not a good idea. Some people allegedly, not suggesting this, do friends and family or Amazon Vine. Do it legit. These review services are terrible. I've reached 1M mark as an FBM seller. How did you scale from 1M to 2Ms plus? Time, optimizing organic rank, optimizing conversion. Because at your level, also I would do FBA, bro. Take time off your hands. Do FBA. Also, your conversion rate will, unless you sell a really heavy product, then I can understand why you do FBM. But your conversion will just automatically go up doing FBA. I know that when I'm buying a product on Amazon, and I'm a little spoiled with this. I saw pool heaters. Okay, I'm assuming those are heavy and a little harder to do FBA. But I know that, like, okay, so maybe that one's a little different. So I'll backtrack what I was about to say. So from 1M to 2Ms, you have to think that really small increments or improvements are going to help you drastically. So let's say that I have a 22% conversion rate. Even me making optimizations and just getting to a 23% conversion rate can literally mean tens of thousands of dollars over time. If I can go from organic rank position 10 to organic rank position 6, that is going to be a huge, huge, huge benefit to my brand, and it could mean an extra tens of thousands of dollars over time, right? So you're not now looking at like these huge gaps, but getting closer to category top for conversion rate. That's going to be really solid. And hopefully, I'm assuming with 1Ms, you're going to that you're already at like category median for conversion. Hopefully you have brand registry so that you can look at things like brand metrics, search career performance report, and then start expanding on your PPC ad strategy as well. Like when, we were kind of in a flat line area at around like 2.5 M's on that account. And we started to expand on the strategy, find gaps in the market that we weren't fulfilling. At that point, we even started to go a little bit broad in terms of like some of our targeting. So like, let's say that it was a vitamin B supplement. So like maybe you're doing 1M and you're just targeting things that are related to vitamin B, but then maybe you start to go broad, especially if you have really good reviews, and kind of start expanding on things that are more generic. So like supplements for men or supplements for women, things like that. That could be another thing that would benefit you. We would call those outlier keywords. Can I start at 16? You have to be 18. D2, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Does it usually take 1 day for ads to start running full steam? New campaign has low impressions. I would give it like 24 hours. Yeah. How many products do you sell a month? Thousands of units a month across accounts. What up, Alex? Thanks for the advice, man. Of course, bro. Great. Thank you, Luke. Of course. Do you trademark after getting first sale or prior to sales? When I first started, I would get proof of concept before I did a trademark. I think the Amazon game has evolved. I think getting a trademark right off the bat is going to be important. What up? What up? You're able to have multiple seller accounts? Technically, no. There's some instances where Amazon will give you permission to have multiple seller accounts, but you have to technically have one Amazon account per person. So are there ways around it? Yes. Do I like talking about them on live? No, because one wrong thing and you can lose all of your Amazon accounts. And I don't want to be the guy because you have to do it pretty in depth, and just hearing it on a live, you would likely make a mistake and then you lose both accounts. So not very ideal there. You do private label? I do. I own my own brands. I do not resell other people's brands. How many brands do you have? 5. One is brand new. If I start with 1K, how long would it take for me to see some progress? You wouldn't be able to start the business model that I do with 1K. I would say minimum is 3K. Ideal budget to start private label, 3 to 6K USD. If you want to do things right, because you need cost of goods, you need your money for shipping. You need to create a listing, potentially LLC, potentially trademark if you're going to go that route. Some of these things are going to be one-time buys, like your LLC. Your listing, assuming that you don't need to make any other optimizations. Your trademark. How much do you offer for your mentorship? Go watch my second to last video that I posted on my program B. Go check that out. I made a full video on the AMZ Masterclass today. Duvan, thank you for the follow. How much it costs to what? How much does it cost to what? Let's go. Keep dropping your questions down below. You just answered. Got you. What's the highest average CPC you would consider for a new product / market? No more than $1.50. Now, price does play a factor into this, but for your average product, I'd say no more than $1.50. Let's go. All right. Well, on that note, everybody, make sure to go show some love to my last few videos. Make sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass mentorship in the TikTok bio to have me as your mentor along your entire journey. Turn on live notifications so you guys can stay tuned for whenever I do these lives. I don't really have a live schedule. It's just like when I feel like going live, I hit the live button. And so since I don't have a schedule, turn on live notifications. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of their day. God bless you, and I will see y'all soon.